Hmm. Okay, guy. Okay, guy, can you hear me? Mic check, mic check. Okay, it's clear now. Okay, welcome back, guys. So today we'll keep practicing IELTS. So without further ado, let's get started. Our first topic today is about musical instruments. Um, so the first question is, which musical instrument do you like listening to most, and why? I would say that to I like to hear music from piano because to me that piano is not just a good instrument for me to relieve stress, but it's a good way for me to concentrate on something such as doing work or focusing on doing focusing on doing homework. So have you ever learned to play a musical instrument? To be honest, I used to play a drum. I used to play a drum, and which happened for like a year ago, and my school have a subject about traditional musical instrument, and at that time I picked drum as my main instrument. So yeah, it was such an interesting moment. So do you think children should learn to play an instrument at school? Absolutely yes, because to me, because I find that there's a link between children learning a musical instrument and their creativity. So this this is because I this is because when children learn, for example, they learn to play piano, they will learn how to maneuver the keyboards without looking at it. Yeah. So which is and in addition to that, it also enhances their creativity. So how easy would it be to learn to play an instrument without a teacher? Um, I would say that it depends on what type of instrument do you play. For instance, if you choose to play guitar, you could play it by going to YouTube and learn via videos. But if you want to learn other musical instruments such as piano or violin, chances are you will have to pay money to take a course to learn it because you cannot learn it by just going to YouTube. It's I would say it nearly impossible. So let's talk about quiet place. Are there many quiet places in your city? Currently, I am living in Hanoi, Hanoi, which is the capital of Vietnam, and as you can see, that Hanoi is kind of like busy and hectic area, which which always suffer from traffic jam. That is why that there aren't so many tranquil places for me to enjoy in Hanoi. So why do people sometimes prefer to be alone? Mm, I think that is because they want to find inner peace in their life because because they may be just experience from a crowded atmosphere such as from work or from school or maybe from a party, and they just want to stay alone, just recharge themselves to get themselves to re-energize themselves so that they will have more energy for the next day. So is there much noise around your home? um, Fortunately, there aren't many noise. There isn't many noise in my living place because I am living in indeed I am living although I live in Hanoi but I am living in a small alley in Hanoi, and this area of usually do not usually doesn't have much traffic go pass by, so which is why that I can enjoy the tranquility from my living area. So does this not affect you in any way? I would say that it does affect me, especially on my concentration, because I am working as a marketing executive, which is a position that requires me to pay attention to the job uh, detailedly, delicately. I would say that, and the fact that I use and my comment, I usually work from home for like 2 to 3 days a week, and there are sometimes the noise from the construction from the next building, it does influence me in some way. Yeah. So let's talk about public transportation. How do you go to school or work? Currently, I am going to work or school by going by using scooter. To me, that scooter is not just a fast way to travel in Hanoi, but it is it gives me flexibility when moving, in which that when every time the road become congested, I can drive my bike to the pavement to travel, and it helps me save a lot of time. What means of transport do you use when going far trip from your workplace or school? I would say I would go car. I would say car because when travel a long distance destination, car would be my best choice because it gives me you know a space for me to drive and to rest if necessary. And in addition to that, the speed of using a car will be much faster than compared to scooters or jogging. So, is driving to work popular in your country? I would say that it is. I would say that it is extremely popular, acutely popular, okay, because according to research in of transportation ministry in Vietnam, they said that there are about nearly 100 million Vietnamese people, and there are about 15 million bikes and cars. And from that statistics, you can imagine that how many people in Vietnam drive to work. The main Yeah. So in my hometown, sorry, in my home house, for example, my house has for like 5 people, and we all use bike or car to travel to work. Do you think people will drive more in the future? Um, I would say that people will be less drive more in long term in the future, because the government in Vietnam just released a law that require people started to get familiar using the public transportation, and this is because they want to reduce the gas emission in to the of Vietnam in general, which is why that in the future I firmly believe that people will drive less than compared to the current moment. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about noise. Do you like stay in a place or with a lot of noise? I would go for the former, which is staying in a place that sorry, I would go for. Do you like stay in a place with a lot of noise? Let's see. I would say that I am not a huge fan of noisy places. Yeah, to me that noisy places is like a, a terrible area for me to concentrate and to work, because I would say that I am a workaholic person, and which always in demand of you know of quiet play, of quiet atmosphere. That is why that I would stay in quiet place. So do you think there's too much noise in today's world? Absolutely yes. In fact, in the 21st century, people started to coin a term that is noise pollution. That is the term in which describe noise such as from work, from music, or even from talking around, from talking area. Yeah, that is why that, and we can easily see it in literally everywhere. I mean, if I finish the test and I go to the street, I go to the basement to get my bike out, I would say that there will be a lot of noise down there. So is making noise one of people's right? Um, I would say that to be honest, I hate to admit this, but I would say yes, because today's in this modern era, the government haven't released a law about control the noise that people make, which is why that people are still free to to use their voice and to take advantage of the noise, and without the judgment and the judgment from the government or any rules. So what kinds of noises are there in area where you live? I would say that it is kind of various, but if I had to list some, I would say that uh, noise from music noise, and noise from work, such as from machines. Yeah. So as for the former, it comes from the people that they are kind of like music mania. Yeah, they want to listen to it literally everywhere, and the funny fact is that they hate buying a earphone, so they try to hear it their on their speakers, or maybe from their from their projectors. And as for the latter, well, people have to. I think that it is their job, and they have to progress the machines. So, which is why that noise is, I would say, that is uncontrollable. Yeah. So, what kind of do you want to move into a quieter place? Absolutely yes. In fact, I usually go return to my hometown, which is in Bắc Ninh province, to enjoy the tranquil atmosphere at here. I would say that at here, and I would say that I usually go there on Friday after I finish my work. I will return to my hometown immediately to to enjoy the feeling. Describe someone you don't know but would like to know more about. Yeah, I'm ready. So Today I am going to talk about a person whom I do not know, but I have a strong desire to learn about that person, which is that is Num. He is a cousin of mine. So I first met him for like 2 years ago, and he is kind of like a far cousin of mine, far cousin. Yeah. So I remember I vividly remember that we were on a wedding party of my uncle, of our uncle, and I sat with him, and I sat with him on the table to enjoy the party to enjoy the party of my uncle, and the thing that makes me have a strong interest in him is that his leadership skills. So I forgot to mention that currently he is about 30 years old, and he is a manager of a company in Hanoi. So yeah, back to the story. Um, the thing that makes me have an interest in him is that he has his leadership skills. So he played a crucial role in helping my uncle to manage the weddings, from checking in for inviters, yeah, as well as as well as uh, as well as operate the staff at that party to deliver the meal for customers, for guests. Yeah, that is why I have a strong admiration for him. So yeah, in the future I want to in the future I want to meet him because I have to learn more about him, because I have heard a lot about about him from my mom, how wonderful he is, and I believe that he will be a good partner for me to learn to become that, so that I will learn how to so that I will be better in the future. Yeah. Okay. So are there any differences in the relationship between you and other people? Mm, uh, the difference here, you mean that about personality, or yeah, yeah. So, well, I would say that the main difference between me and other people is from living lifestyle. Sorry, is from the mindset. I started to recognize this when I was like when I was like 20 years old. Currently, I am 22. So I remember that when I noticed that people, when they want to learn something, they want to learn something, they will try to deep into they will immerse themselves in that lesson. But when it comes to me, instead of immersing myself in that lesson immediately, I would go for learn the root, the nature of the lesson, or maybe the problem. Because to me, I find that in order to manage something successfully, we have to learn the root of that. Yeah. For example, if I want to learn how to solve that problem, I will try to understand that problem deeply, rather than finding solutions. So, do people feel lonely in crowd cities? Uh, Absolutely yes. In fact, I consider this phenomenon as common because 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 I mean to me that there are a lot of depression and suicide from being alone in crowd cities such as Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, and the main reason for it is because the majority of people, they cannot find someone who they can share with, or someone who have the same personalities as like them, which is why that they feel lonely. And a friend of mine is a good example. Before meeting me, he used to be he was a little bit depressed, and even though he lived in a very hectic area. Yeah, but until he met me, he started to realize that he has someone to count on, to rely on, which is why currently right now he feels less lonely than before. Where and how where and how can people get to know new people? In this, in this fast-paced living, I would say that people can literally meet at anywhere. But the most common place now it would be social media. Yeah, we can easily find it by creating a Facebook account and adding new friends on there. So uh, and then we can message give them a message, say hello to them, and then we will arrange a meeting to get to know each other better. So take me and my girlfriend for example. We do know each other from social media, and to be more specific, that would be Instagram. So uh, I remember that I first started the conversation by giving her a message, and then she replied to me. Then we started to have a small conversation daily, and until one day I asked her to go out for coffee, and she agreed that, and from that our relationship became better and better, and right now she is my girlfriend. So, can clothing tell and reveal a person's personalities? Absolutely yes. In fact, there's a research about its name is cognition. This which was conducted by a Chinese psychologist, and in this research, they investigate how crows can affect a person's personality, and the result was interesting when people who wear Dr. Clothes attend was tended to were thought to be logic and intelligent people, whereas those who wear those who wear a freestyle and letting wear freestyle clothes are thought to be more creative. So why do individuals from the same family have different personalities? Um, this interesting question. Would you mind if I have a couple seconds to think? So to me, this it depends on there are two factors that affects to this fact. The first factor is all about gene, which is I am studying about astrology, so I understand this problem, this matter clearly. So let people born from September, for example, they will be uh, they will be like sorry so they will be like become more confident than people born in August. So that is the matter of gene, and another factor is all about living environment, in which how are the, how is the person nurtured, and how do they perceive the world. So take for example my younger sister and I. My younger sister, she is more sociable than me because from it's not about we were both born in September, but my sister, she is she goes outside more, and she went outside more since when she was a child, and she also learned how to she will also has a better communication than me, because she learned how to talk people from my parents strictly. So, how does society influence a person's personality? I would say that a lot because I would say it had a strong impact on a person, on a person personality. That is because societies will set a culture, a general culture uh, that everybody in that social must follow. So let's just say that you are living in a culture about collectivism, in which is a culture that requires you to sacrifice yourself to the community. So people who are born in this social will have a tendency predisposition to think for the community rather than for themselves. And if you live in individualism, the reality will be vice versa. hmm Okay.